All right, welcome to this special tutorial for GetResponse.com, the GetResponse email marketing software. If you are seeing this video, it means that you signed up through our affiliate link for GetResponse email marketing, and we want to thank you for that. And this is our special way of thanking you by providing you with this free intro tutorial to help you get started in email marketing with GetResponse. GetResponse is a really fantastic email marketing software. We have used it extensively along with others such as Aweber and Constant Contact. In many ways, GetResponse perhaps is the most user-friendly autoresponder that I have ever seen. I believe that you'll find it to be the same as you begin using it. And perhaps I should introduce myself. My name is Jerry Robinson, editor-in-chief over at ftmdaily.com, also the owner of emailmarketingcoach.org, where we like to create free tutorials for people who are doing email marketing. We think it's a really fun thing to do email marketing, especially when you know what you're doing. Okay, so getresponse.com, there we are here. Obviously, you're going to want to log in. I assume you've already have your free trial. Obviously, you do. Maybe you've even purchased it by this point. In essence, you're going to go into your dashboard and you're going to log in, so we'll go ahead and do that now. Okay, this is showing me here that I have 30 days in my free trial left. I'm using a free trial account for the purposes of this tutorial. Now, you'll notice up here, let's take a look at the menus real quickly. First of all, we see our name right there. There's our username. If we click here, we have a create campaign, which is very simple. We're just going to click that if we want to begin creating a email marketing campaign. Here we have a list of all of our campaigns. Here we have an automation button, which we'll probably try to get to in just a few minutes. And this we really don't need to worry about right now. Up here at the top, we also have the support, which is very handy. Let's go ahead and click that now. When we click on this, you'll find that there are a number of ways to get a hold of GetResponse, and I think this is very important for you to know. There's a live chat option. There, of course, you can send them an email. You can call them. They're always very helpful by phone. Here, you'll find a plethora of video tutorials, which are very helpful. In most cases, you'll find exactly what you need right here in this area. Also, the free web board is an online forum where you can get a lot of information, plus the Read FAQ. So in other words, if you have any questions, you will certainly get plenty of information here on GetResponse's website. Let's go ahead and also notice that my account, if we go into here, what we'll find is our information. We can edit our account details. We can change our billing information. This one's a very important one here, manage from fields. When we click this, it's very important that this comes from the right person. Right now, you see, if someone were to receive an email from me from this account, here's exactly what it would say from Jerry, and then info at FTM Daily. Here's what I always recommend. Jerry Robinson, right, your full name, and then of course you type in your email. And we're going to add that. And so now it's this one, and we're going to set that as a default. There we go. And the other thing that many people do, which I think is often very helpful, is if you go Jerry Robinson at maybe your website, FTM Daily. And then down here we go info at FTM Daily. That way you're showing the person exactly who you are, where you're coming from, and that's very helpful to them in the subject line and in the from line. So we could set that as our default, and there that is set. That's a very important setting that you're going to want to set. Back to our account page, you can change your account password. Here you have integrations, and what this is good for is if you have any other kinds of softwares or any other applications that you use. For example, Salesforce is a very popular CRM, a customer relationship management tool. Here we have Zoho. It's very similar. Shopify is a e-commerce solution. So if you're using any of these, you can integrate GetResponse with these. And of course, you're not limited to just these, but these are the most immediate ones. Now, I would certainly urge you, if you have a Facebook or a Twitter account, to go ahead and tie those together. And so you can connect a Twitter account there. You can connect a Facebook account there. That way, whenever you send out an email, you can have the option of having it posted to your social media sites, which is very handy. Your billing panel, as we mentioned before, and of course your account details, all of this is good. And then this Use GetResponse API, this is a section that your webmaster would want to get into in the event that they were wanting to create some sort of solution for your website. Now, down here at the bottom, you're also going to see Git tutorials. You can view them here. In fact, when I open these, you'll see just really how many there are. There are just many, many tutorials here on all different types of things that you can learn about. So you certainly have that. Now, GetResponse also has an interesting thing here, GetResponse 360. Let me go ahead and open this for you so you can see what it is. I have never used this. I don't need this, but you may need it in the future, or at least you know that it's available. GetResponse 360 is in essence a campaign management service. And so if we click on services here and learn more about them, we'll see that they do consulting work. They will manage your list and help you segment your list. They will provide template design and HTML services and training and all of this. So they have this. Now, obviously, it's expensive, but it's available. So I think that's important to know. Now, let's go ahead and go back up to the top, and let's go back to our page that we were initially on, and then back into our dashboard. Okay, so now let's take a look at this menu up here. Obviously, the dashboard is where we are now. Here are contacts. Notice this. You can search your contacts, which you need to have contacts in to search. Right now, I currently have 0 in my account here, so as you can see. Add contacts, we'll take a look at that for sure. Import contacts, that's very handy if you, let's go ahead and click that. If you have contacts from another email service and you want to download them, or if you have email contacts in your Gmail, your AOL account, your Yahoo account, Windows Live Mail, Outlook, Outlook Express, all of these, you can simply click on this and then they will help you import your contacts from those particular email servers. If you have a HighRise account, which is a great customer relation tool, or FormStack, or all these integrate directly together with GetResponse. So you can import from there, or you can just download a copy of your email names and addresses and all that, and you can upload. And you literally just upload by choosing a file. It needs to be in one of these 3 file types. Typically a CSV file is the most common, which is a Excel file in essence. Okay, let's take a look here, and let's go back here to our contacts, and we see here add contacts. Now it says that because I'm in the trial, it says contacts that I may still add today is 50. Obviously, once you're out of the trial, that goes away. And we can enter in our contact information, name and email. It's very important that whenever you add a person's contact into the dashboard, into your account, you don't want to have it misspelled or the type be wrong. You see that there? That looks funny, doesn't it? Or if we went, Jerry Robinson. And here's the problem, because what we're going to do whenever you're actually running your campaign, you'll have the option to personalize the email. So at the very beginning, you can say, have it insert their first name that we have on file for them into the email automatically. So when it shows up and it gets sent out to them, it'll say hi, and then it'll have their name populated. And if their name, looks like that, if they accidentally typed it in that way, or if you typed it in that way, that's going to be funny. And every time they get an email from you, their name is going to look like that, you know. So you want to make sure that it's typed in properly and that they're clean looking, you know. They're not running together, because if you put it all together like that, they're going to think that's your first name. It'll say, hi, Jerry Robinson, all with no space. So point is make sure that your names and your emails are clean. Very, very important. You can add them one by one here. The most preferred option, obviously, is to import the contacts. Now, you can also come in here once you actually have some contacts in and you've done some emails. You'll be able to come in here and remove. So this is your removal list. These are contacts who unsubscribe themselves from further mailings. And so you'll be able to go through and see who they are. Blacklist is, these are email addresses that you can blacklist from receiving future emails from your campaigns. And then also your undelivered. This is helpful to find out exactly what emails are not actually being delivered, and that'll help you take care of your list a little better, keep it cleaner. Let's move over to messages. You'll see right here, this is the big enchilada, create newsletter. That's a big one. Now, if we had a history, we would have the all of our newsletters right here. We would be able to see them. Right now, you're not going to see anything because there's none delivered. Well, right here, we would see our scheduled. Right here, we would see our drafts and our deleted and our in progress. So this would include all of our newsletters here. So if we go into create a newsletter, one of the things about GetResponse is that it does have some very impressive HTML messages. And look how pretty that is. Now, there's a big debate between plain text and HTML format emails. And I will tell you this, the HTML format is very common among big businesses. And it's also common among, new media type of companies, photographers, as it's pictured here, video, video folks, and things like that, multimedia. If you can get away with using plain text, I would urge you to do that. Nevertheless, I would also encourage you to have a logo of your company, maybe even very small, at the top, just to continue branding your work. That way people they see your branding over and over again, they see your logo, and that's important. But if you can get away with doing plain text, I would urge you to do that. Number one, they're so much easier to work with, they're so much easier to do, and they're certainly more personable. They feel more intimate. They don't feel as corporate, I guess is the right word, as these do. So if we select the plain text format, then what we'll find is here it shows who it's coming from. We can select, let's have it come from this right here, and then we just type in our subject line, test number 1, and then plain text right here. Hello, this is Jerry. Thanks for signing up for my email list. I will be in touch tomorrow. Okay, just something like that. Thanks, Jerry. Now, as you scroll down, what you'll see is this recommended width. If you type it's recommended that you don't let it go past this line. So what you would do here is you would just move it down to the next line and try to keep within that red line. You can also just press this button and it'll automatically do that for you. Now notice here it says personalize. If I hit personalize, notice what it says here. It has all these different ones: full name, first name, last name, email, whatever it might be, country, city. So we can get real creative here with our emails. But let's just say we want to insert the name. What happens if we click it? Well, notice what it does. It puts it right wherever your cursor is, right? So we don't want it to go there, so we delete it. And we'll go hello, and then we'll put a space, And then we'll hit personalize and then first name. Watch this. And there it is. Hello, space, and then their first name, whatever they typed in whenever they signed up for your email list, is going to show up right there. Isn't that cool? And that means that whenever they get their email, it's going to say hello and it's going to say their first name. And that'll make them feel as if you're speaking directly to them. And when it's plain text, it's even more powerful in that respect. Now down here, notice you can add an attachment. You can preview and test, obviously. You can spam score check, which is very powerful because what this does is it looks for any kinds of problems that could cause your email to get sent to the spam box in somebody's inbox. And it says your spam score is 0. So your email will probably not be recognized as spam. Very good. That rate goes up whenever you start using HTML, and also it also depends what you type in here. Watch this. If we type in free money prescription drugs right now, and let's go 100% and just make it look weird. Now this right here looks like a spam email, doesn't it? Well, watch what the spam score does. It should recognize that, and it gives us, look, 1.60 with maximum allowed. And it's telling us that there's something wrong. Subject is all capitals, 1.6. So it's telling us there's something wrong there. So we can change that. Unfortunately, you don't want to use the word free too often in your subject line because some email services will actually penalize you for that. Now down here, add a subscription reminder. That means that at the bottom they'll have a little section there that says, reminds them about the subscription. Here, click track throughs of your links. Very important. Be sure you always click that. Add Google Analytics tracking. This, if you have Google Analytics set up, you can incorporate that. That's very cool. Then also add email to speech. This is a new software. If you don't currently have this installed through Microsoft with Windows 7, or if you have XP, you need to actually download it. And this will actually allow your email, written email, to be translated, or your speech to actually be transcribed. So it's actually really neat. You want to look into that for sure, and you can learn more about that in their help section. Then we go to next step. And here we can include the recipients. We'll want to pick the list we want to use, and obviously we don't have anybody in here, so we'll just select that one. And then we go to the next step, and it's probably not going to let us go because we don't have any subscribers, but we'll see what it does. Yeah, it says not enough contacts to send newsletter. So let's go in here and add a contact. Let's add Jerry. Jerry at ftmdaily.com. And then this says do not add to the message cycle, and we will leave it like that. Now we add to the contact. Okay, now we go back to our messages. Go back to newsletter history. And it looks like it did not save, so what we'll do is we'll just make this really quickly. We'll use the plain text. And we'll switch this to Jerry at FTM Daily, test. And then here we go. Hi, and we'll use the first name, comma, thanks for your support, Jerry Robinson. Okay, so now we click all these, and then we hit next step. Now we're going to select the recipients. Let's see here now. Let's go ahead and go to well, you know what? For some reason, it's not recognizing our contacts. Let's go in here and make sure that we actually added it. Okay, looks like we did. Let's go back to our contacts here. And see, you'll run into little issues like this, so it's important that we do these together so you're actually able to see what could be happening. Okay, search contacts, So you click on here, and then what you do is you search contacts, and you'll see that there are 0 in here together. So let's try to add this again. And let's use one other email this time and see if it makes a difference. Add contact, and let's see what happens. Confirmation email has been sent. Oh, do you know why it's not in there? This is a very powerful thing that I forgot to explain to you. If you do not have the person confirm, then they cannot go into your list. Now, this becomes a very big problem because many people have had major, large lists, maybe over at Constant Contact, or maybe they've worked hard to build a list. And whenever they try to bring it over to GetResponse, then what they find out is that if those people are not already in an opt-in contact list, in other words, if they didn't come through your website and sign up for, in other words, if you're just putting them in from your business cards, then you cannot import them automatically. They have to be added by their opt-in process. So whenever we added the contact, Jerry at FTM Daily and Jerry at Makers Go, I'm so glad we did this because this would have been a very big question mark for some of you. Whenever we put those names in, it does not automatically put them in our contacts with GetResponse because GetResponse is going to require that the email that was added, that person has to then opt in. They have to say, yes, I definitely want to receive. So that can pose problems for you if you're trying to add people in that have not requested to be on your email list. Therefore, you must always be super conscientious and make sure you're only adding people who have asked to be requested to actually be added to your list. So, in other words, we can't have any subscribers right now without me actually going and confirming that right now. So that's how that would work. Anyway, once you get to the end, there's going to be one more thing that's going to be set delivery time. And at that point, you're just literally going to see either say send now or you're going to have send later, and you'll be able to select the date that you want it to be sent. Okay. Now, the second major part of this message part is the create follow-up. This is huge because what you're able to do here is you're able to create a series of follow-up emails after someone signs up for your email list. Now, whenever they sign up for your email list, they're going to get your normal welcome mail, your normal welcome email, and we'll show you about that in just a minute. But once they receive the welcome email, then you can have them receive a series of emails that go out on a regular basis for perhaps 7 days, or for one email every 3 days, or whatever it might be. And many people use this to begin to promote their products and services. Very, very handy for those who have products or services to sell. And so we literally come in here and we would schedule these to go out in either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 day intervals after someone signs up for our list. And we can create numerous amounts of these follow-ups, in fact, unlimited amounts of follow-ups. And these go out automatically. As soon as you actually send out the welcome email, from that time, the series of follow-up emails will go out according to the time that you have actually asked that to happen. So now you can always come in to manage your follow-up messages, and here you can actually do more things here. But this is a very powerful tool that's offered by GetResponse. This alone is worth the money that you'll pay for this particular service. Now, if you want to add a new web form to your website, for example, if you go to FTM Daily, you'll see that there is a web form right there on the front page of our website, which looks like this. You see right here, receive a free report and receive a free special report and free email updates from ftmdaily.com, and then you can sign up right there. Well, you can create one of these and then simply have it inserted onto your front page of your website. Very, very simple. So all we have to do is come in here and we go to the button that says Web Forms and then Create New. And then we come in here and we see these different web forms. They're all already pre-made for us. Very nice, very easy. Okay, so then let's just say we want to go with one that looks like this. So we click it. We can select the colors that we might want to use. Let's go ahead and apply that one. Now, by the way, you can search these by categories. Let's say that you're in the financial services industry, or maybe you're a lawyer, real estate, publishing, postcards, health and beauty, e-commerce, internet marketing, whatever it might be. In fact, let's go ahead and just change it over to financial services. And let's say we're going to go with this one, money in the bank. And it only has one color scheme available to us. So we will go ahead and take this one and apply. Okay, so now right here we have a chance to edit this. And so if we want to edit it, we can. We can have the name, and we can change that. We could have something else, but obviously that works fine for us. Right here we can edit the footer, and that means we can take out the image if we want to, or put words down here. We're going to leave it alone just the way that it is. Right here it says we can resize. We can make this as large as we want to. You can literally go, as large as you really want it to go. But obviously this right here is about a normal size, and so we're going to leave it like that. And then we're going to hit save and preview. Okay, now we are going to move on to the next step. So we're going to hit next step. Right here, we can call our web form. Let's say that it's our website main sign-up form. Confirmed opt-in. Confirmed opt-in is enabled for this campaign. Recommended. If you want to deactivate confirmed opt-in, you may do so in campaign settings. You want to leave this alone, just like it is. Default thank you page. This will go right to their default thank you page unless you want to have your own. You can add a face and a voice to your page. That could be a little weird, but you could certainly do that if you wanted to. You can add your voice to the page by recording your voice and having that done. That would be pretty neat. Make your thank you page dynamic, which means that you're actually including their name and all of this. You could also have a custom thank you page where you create your own and then you just put the URL of it in here. And that's what we would typically do. We would just have like a www.ftmdaily.com/thank you. Or they can just stay on the current page. We'll just do that for now. But typically we recommend this, having them come back to your website. Next step. Then notice what it says here. I will install my web form. It says I am comfortable with HTML and have access to edit my pages. So if we click that, then we have this code and we can just install the web form ourselves. My web designer will install the web form. Here we can just email our web designer and say, please install this form on my front page. And just send it to your designer, just like that. You can also publish your design on Facebook. Now here you can say GetResponse will host my web form, and if that's the case, then you can simply just copy this to a clipboard, and then you can just link to it. You can send it out, and here we go, and we can look at the form right here. There it is. And so so we can certainly make that available, and we can put a link up somewhere or email that out and say sign up for my web form. But in the end, usually what you're going to do is just install this piece of code into your website. And that's all we did with FTM Daily. That is just a piece of code that is installed on our website. Very, very simple. There's HTML code, and then there is JavaScript code. And if everything supports JavaScript, then that should be the perfect thing to use. And then we are done. And we can go to our web form list, and we can see that our new list is right there. Now we can come in here and edit it. And let's edit it just for a moment, because I do want to put something at the top. So let's add text. And let's say, please sign up for my e-news updates. Then we can make that bigger and hit apply. There we go. That was the wrong one. Okay, then we can also change the font family. Maybe we'll make it Comic Sans and hit apply. There we go. So now we have the text there. We can also add an image. We can also add a divider. The divider just simply is a little line that goes in there. We can just maybe put that in if we wanted to. Doesn't really do much at all, but anyway, we could do that if we wanted to. So now we changed our form, and let's just go down here and save the web form. Okay. And so now my web forms have been updated, and you'll see it's right there. So we are all set to go. Now that automatically changes on my website if I make a change there because it's dynamic. All right, so that's very, very, very important. Obviously, having a form on your web page, I can't stress the importance of that enough. There's just a couple of more things we're going to look at before we finish here. The next thing that I want to look at is the statistics. Once you actually send out your emails, you'll be able to see who is opening your emails and who is not. And this is very important for email list segmentation. Segmenting your list will become a very important thing. And if you're not familiar with email segmentation, I don't have time to go into that right now, but I would encourage you to look it up. Email segmentation. And you'll even find some free tutorials here on GetResponse about segmenting your lists. And your email analytics will be extremely important to you for doing that. And that'll help you with your success. The next tab is surveys. Here you'll see you can create a brand new survey. GetResponse does not charge for their surveys. So here you can create one. You can call it whatever you'd like and have a description. And then you can move on to the next step. And this right here is where you can actually create a survey that can be emailed out to your email list. And this is very helpful when you're trying to discover what your audience is interested in, trying to learn what your audience is seeking. That way you can bring them the best value. These are very simple. You just follow the directions, and you see as I mouse over here to the right, a pop-up happens. And so it walks us right through the whole entire process. The only question mark here would be the double opt-in or the single opt-in. Notice what it says: choose double opt-in to send a confirmation email to a new subscriber, or single opt-in if you don't want to ask the new subscriber to confirm. So a single opt-in means that they will not receive an email to confirm. We usually recommend the double opt-in because if you ever decide to leave GetResponse, a double opt-in confirmation, you'll be able to move those names and emails much easier than if you just had a single opt-in confirmation. So we're thinking for the future here when we do this. Double opt-in almost always is your best route. And then finally, we have the multimedia tab. Here you'll see my video, my audio, my photos. This is very different about GetResponse. They have a whole wide range of server capability, allowing you to upload files like videos, and then you can include those in your email. Or audio, you can send an audio file in your email. Photos and images, obviously, that's very common. But then notice over here, iStock Video. This is really neat because these images here do cost quite a bit of money, and they're actually free for you to use. So many of these pictures right here would normally cost $3 to $5 on iStock Photo, but you have over 1,000 pictures that you can use from iStock Photo absolutely free as a GetResponse user. So all these right here are completely free for you to use. And I think that's a very nice touch that they have added. So that brings all this to a conclusion. You can see that if you have any further questions, the very best thing for you to do is to come down here and click on View Tutorials or FAQ, or you can always contact GetResponse. You'll find them to be very helpful. They're very knowledgeable, and that's one of the reasons that I like them. And I also like the fact that they have all of these three things, the three most important things, all available to you right here up front, along with video tutorials. So when it comes time to create a web form, if you have more questions, you simply just watch this tutorial and you'll get a lot of information. When it comes time to send a newsletter, if you have more questions, you watch their video tutorial and you'll get all your questions answered. And when it comes to adding contacts, the same thing there. So you are all set, and whenever you're ready to upgrade, you simply click up here And as your subscriber base grows, so will your monthly fee. And you'll see that if you have 2,500 subscribers, you're basically paying $25. And then as your subscriber base grows, so will your monthly payment that you pay. But again, all of these include unlimited sends, which is extremely powerful because many companies out there will charge you by the email that you send, not by the amount of subscribers that you have. And by far, this is a much better way to pay for email marketing. All right, well, I sure hope this was helpful to you. Remember, my name is Jerry Robinson. We're on the web at ftmdaily.com, and we also have a brand new site called emailmarketingcoach.org, where we want to help you in all of your email marketing efforts. I sure hope this was helpful to you, and once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you have a wonderful day.